Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce GTX 1660 Ti in Battlefield 6 Beta. This one is the Zotac AMP edition of the card. I'm running it with the latest Nvidia drivers and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs here in TechPowerUp's GPU-Z, and over on the left I'm pairing it with the i5-12600KF at stock speeds and 32GB of DDR5. Let's get into it, shall we? First up, let's go over the settings. I'm starting at 1080p resolution, utilizing the low settings preset. I'm also going to try it out with medium, high, maybe ultra as well. And on the advanced settings, I am not utilizing any anti-aliasing or upscaling. Let's do this. And here we go, my friends. Low settings are looking pretty good, aside from like the shadows, I guess. But yeah, you wouldn't say that these are low settings, so I would gladly play the game on low all day long here with this GPU, and that's why I didn't really test higher settings with the GTX 1080 Ti. I prefer to test higher resolutions instead. This is just amazing, actually, and it's providing really good performance as well with the 1660 Ti. This is below system requirements, actually. It asks for the RTX 2060 6GB model, and this is a 1660 Ti, so it's a little bit slower, like 15% slower than that 2060, yet it is doing a fantastic job. I think those system requirements on the GPU side of things, there's a tank there, the system requirements on the GPU side of things are definitely a little bit higher than they should have been. Alright, time to go with the engineer class, because they got tanks and everything. Yeah, this is Conquest that we're playing right now. One more down, let's go, keep on moving here. There are snipers in that direction, there's another guy there. Alright, he just died, good stuff. There's a tank still there. Oh boy, and another guy there. Okay, we need to go over here, fall back a little bit, take our time, yes. Yep, there we go. Come on. But yeah, something between the 1060 or 1070. So like a 1660 6GB GPU would have been the perfect minimum requirements GPU for 1080p 60 frames per second in this game. It would work really, really well. But yeah, here we are playing with less than the minimum requirements in terms of GPU here, and it's working fantastic. So if you have a 1660 Ti, go ahead, play the beta. You can definitely have fun here, and I hope it gets even better optimized once the full game comes out. But yeah, this is just a really solid experience, guys. I wouldn't really go up to like 1440p resolution like I did with the GTX 1080 Ti, because that GPU is faster than this one, and that GPU was getting like 60 to 70 FPS, closer to 80 sometimes at 1440p resolution with the low settings. This one would be dropping from 60 FPS because the 1080 Ti was getting around 100 FPS average at 1080p low settings. Alright, here we go. I'm really enjoying the smoothness of the game right now. This is fantastic. If this GPU had DLSS, it would be so good. But obviously it's missing tensor cores, so it can't really have DLSS. So the upscalers available to it are FSR and XeSS in this title, none of which look good at 1080p resolution. So I'd stick to AA off here on the low settings. It gives you the best clarity here in terms of visuals. Yeah, it's shimmering, it has a lot of aliasing going on, but it works really well, in my opinion. I would totally utilize this. Obviously, if you want to have anti-aliasing, you can utilize like FSR native AA or XeSS native AA here, and that will also work really well with the 1660 Ti. Obviously, there's a tank there. Oh my god, so many enemies. Okay. Okay, there are enemies around here. Oh boy, okay. Alright, I'm fine. Let's help our boy up. I think they think I died, so let's go. Good stuff. Now there are two of us. Come on. Where are they? No bastards in this direction. Okay, little stutter there. That's normal in the beta, by the way. I've been seeing that in all of the systems that I've tried so far. Oh, yeah, okay. I went for the grenade launcher there, but I forgot that I'm playing engineer right now. Okay. My boy just died over there. I think I'm just gonna chill here for a bit. Okay. And regenerate my healing. Yeah, there we go. Wait, hello. Okay, good stuff. Another one down. Let's see. Wait, there's a guy here. Okay, that laser sight at work. Beautiful stuff. Laser sights are probably a little bit OP, right? Look at that. You don't need to aim down sights at all if you're close to them with the laser sight. Maybe it should take a little bit more space on your weapon, you know? So you can use less attachments if you also have the laser sight. That's just my opinion, though. Maybe it's not as OP as I think it is. Okay, there we go. Another one down. Good stuff. I'm really loving that M4 once again, my friends. Oh, boy. Come on. All right. Good, good, good. Our boy is down, but he's really far away, so I'm just gonna... I'm gonna skip the... Or maybe... Should we help him? No, not really. Not really. He's down now. Damn it. Oh, boy. They're here as well. There's a tank. Come on. Okay. Vehicle damage. Dropping down into the 60s there. Could definitely feel that a little bit. Okay, vehicle damage again. Need a medic! Need a medic! Anyway, guys, this is quite fun. I'm really enjoying this right now with the 1660 Ti. I feel like this is a really solid experience here with this GPU, honestly. Oh boy, come on. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of anti-aliasing just to see how it goes, alright? Let's see, so... We got TAA. I definitely prefer the look of no AA altogether with a lot of shimmery edges than this. This is really soft. It doesn't even look like native 1080p anymore. Honestly, I think FSR on quality might look a little bit similar to this. So that's TAA. Alright, not recommended at all. Then there's FSR native AA, which is much sharper, as you can see, and we barely lost any FPS, actually. It is a little bit more intensive, though, maybe like 5 FPS more intensive, so you take a 5 FPS hit, which might make you drop from 60 FPS in some situations, like when we were fighting the tank, it was dropping a little bit into the 60s, you know, without AA. And then there is XESS native AA, which is slightly more intensive. Once again, now we're dropping into the 70s. Then FSR native AA, it looks a bit sharper than FSR native AA as well, but I feel like the best AA for this GPU in particular is going to be FSR native AA. So let's try that out. I just remembered that I need to restart the game to test other presets, and honestly I just want to keep on playing the game. I don't want to restart, guys, because then we won't be able to join this server again, and I'm liking the gameplay, and I'm enjoying the server here, the match. Oh boy. So now this is looking much closer to like higher settings just by enabling anti-aliasing. So once again, oh, that was a massive tank kill. Good stuff, double. So the middle of that, oh my god, the objective here, the C point, is way more intensive than the rest of the map, apparently. We're dropping into the 60s. I am feeling a bit of weirdness here, moving the mouse around and so on. Definitely more janky and jittery. Please. Oh no, he got us both. Seriously. From behind. But you can see that over here we get closer to 80 frames per second. Now that we saw an explosion there and the debris falling, it dropped down into the 70s. And if I go over to the middle of the map, it drops super close to 60, and it gets a little bit uncomfortable. If you really want to use AA, sure, go ahead, but I prefer the non-AA look. It's looking quite soft right now, guys. Oh my gosh, how did I not die there? Are you a medic? Can I get some healing off of you? No, not really. Okay, guys there, a couple of them. Good stuff. Also, 69 FPS average, massive reduction just by adding anti-aliasing. This is... Yeah, as I told you, no AA is the way to go, in my opinion, guys. You should just stick to no AA. It's looking great without AA, sharper. Just play without it and call it a day. There's a guy there. Okay, he just died. Did we destroy their tank? I don't know. Oh boy! Oh boy, what is going on? Okay, yes, their tank is down. They're shooting me from all angles. Over here, he has 59 FPS sometimes. So it's not a terrible experience, but it's not amazing either. Right? With AA. So, I think I'll keep the AA turned off for the medium settings and high settings as well. Ultra settings might be a bit rough here on the 1660 Ti. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So unfortunately, we'll need to leave my team behind. Let's disable the anti-aliasing and let's go ahead and try it with the medium settings preset. This is it. Restart required. I'm gonna do that. Alrighty, here we go. Medium settings without anti-aliasing in Liberation Peak. It seems like on medium settings it's still going to be an enjoyable experience, but seeing the FPS dropping into the 60s already in Liberation Peak, which is less intensive of a map than the previous one, at least in the most intensive areas of the previous one, that is. This area over here has a lot of buildings and so on. Oh, nice! I'm the gunner on the tank. Good stuff. But yeah, this area gets a little bit more intensive, dropping into the 60s. But since it's already dropping into the 60s, I think it's going to struggle a little bit here on medium settings. Come on, come on. There we go. I got one of them. Where are they? Where are the enemies now? Those are some artifacts caused by the experimental no AA here, I think. At least that's what I've been called. Come on. Come on. There we go. It wasn't me somehow, but that was a beautiful shot right there. Guy there. Good, good, good. Another one here. All right. We got this. Yeah, very nice. Also, inside of the tank, you get a little bit lower FPS than running around, by the way. Come on. Oh, buddy. That guy. And you can also imagine, by the way, that if we were playing with anti-aliasing, it would be even worse, right? So do not use anti-aliasing here, in my opinion. It's just a bad option. That was a nice kill there. At medium settings especially. Come on. Snipers here. Come on. Oh boy. I'm stopping the commentary. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not talking as much right now, but I'm concentrated. There's so much going on. I need to be concentrated here. Come on. Sniper guy over there. Oh, boy. Oh, no! We died! That was a good run, though. I liked it. There are plenty of enemies there, but I think we can actually kill them. At least some of them. Let's go. Another tank down. Good job. Regen some heal. Okay, that's not gonna happen. We got snipers looking at us. But that was a nice one, right? It's all about priorities. I could have kept on going without killing the tank, but I prefer destroying the tank and killing the guy than, keep on going, you know. I feel like that will impact our game a little bit more. Because you get rid of a guy that will probably kill like 10 of our guys. Okay. There's no one here. There's one guy in this entire point. One enemy guy. He's right there. Wait. Buddy? Did he die? Yeah, he's dead. Good job! Alright, we got... Oh! That was sick! That's awesome, dude. Oh, I love this. Alright. Alright. Come on. So you gotta go to the F point there, but they got snipers everywhere in that direction. I feel like I'm gonna get hit by one of them real soon. They're probably spotting us already. I'm not sure. It's all good though. We just gotta keep moving. We got a tank as well helping us out. Pushing F. Way less intensive in this area of the map, by the way. Wait, buddy. Everything is alright. You just gotta keep on pushing. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. Where is he? There. Hit. Okay. Okay, I'm hitting those shots. Wait. Hit. There we go. Beautiful. Let's go. See, you don't need to do anything. I'm here. I got your backs. Oh, man. Those RPG shots were clean. Oh, let's go. Good stuff. I'm gonna go back in. Just chill for a second, capturing the objective. A couple of enemies here. Oh, I can see. Oh, they got C4s. They got C4s. I mean, it definitely felt pretty crappy when I was shooting at the other two guys who destroyed our tank. You know, like, it dropped a lot of frames there. I could definitely feel it a lot. Guys right there. Come on. It's all good. Yeah, over here it's also dropping a lot of frames. I can notice it. But when you are in the heat of the moment, I think this is still good. Oh boy. Things are dropping around us. Damn. 50s, low 50s. If you are not thinking about your frame rates and if you're here to enjoy the game, it's going to be enjoyable still. Also, a lot of you guys asked for the Super, 1660 Super, that's inside of my cousin's PC. I lent it to him. Since I have the 1660 Ti, I just kept this one. They're similar in performance. So if you have the Super and if you want to see super frame rates, well, it's not going to get super frame rates. You're going to get like 5% slower frame rates than this one. But yeah, the 1660 Super, instead of getting like 70 FPS, it would be getting 3 less FPS. So 67 FPS on average, which translates into a very similar experience overall. Oh, there are so many enemies around here, dude. Damn. Okay, just gonna go prone here. Yes, we are prone. No, we're not prone. Oh, thank God I went prone there for a second. Because otherwise we would have been headshotted by that sniper guy. Oh my. Oh, this is awful. I don't know what I can do here. Aside from dying. Well, I think that's about it for the medium settings. It's a shame that I need to quit these so often, but we need to move on to high settings and check that out. So here we go, from medium to high. Everything is set to high now pretty much. On medium there were still a couple of settings on high, a couple of them on low as you can see, some on medium. But let's do high settings this time around. I'll need to restart the game, even though it didn't prompt me, I think. But just to be sure. Alright, we're back here in Siege of Cairo. High settings are definitely way more intensive as you can see, dropping into the 40s and 50s. So we're not even reaching 60 FPS anymore. I think part of it is probably because we're running out of VRAM. It's definitely because we're running out of VRAM. You can tell by the power utilization on the GPU. It usually is 120 to 130 watts. And right now it's dropping from 100 watts and dropping our frame rate into the 30s. So this is already pretty unplayable here with the 1660 Ti at high settings. Maybe lowering down the texture quality to medium or even low would help it, but other settings also consume a little bit more VRAM. So yeah, the overall preset is definitely not enjoyable with the 1660 Ti. I think I spotted someone in the map around here. No, not really. All right. I mean, even though we're running out of VRAM, this is no worse than like the GTX 1050 Ti that we tried in this game already. And that was always running out of VRAM, even on low settings. And it was still kind of enjoyable. I could definitely enjoy the game like that still with the GTX 1050 Ti. It was 30 to 50 FPS most of the time. And at some point at like 720p resolution, it was around 45 on average. But I could still have fun. Yeah, the performance leaves a lot to be desired. Once again. So alter setting is going to be much worse than this, obviously. Not really worth utilizing with the 1660 Ti. And also, the high settings look very similar to the ultra settings in this game. Where's the guy? There he is. Oh, come on, are you healing yourself or something? Also, I could like tap like this, control it a little bit better that way, but with these FPS, I just spray and pray. Again, it's hurting my gameplay a little bit and my skills, I guess you could say. I mean, you already know the best settings to play this game with are the low settings for sure. Okay. Should we reload this? Oh, we're already reloaded. Okay. Okay. Where are the enemies? I'm scared here. I feel like there are plenty of them around this sea point. Not really. At least inside of the area. Or the objective. There are not any enemies. Okay, there we go. Controlling the recoil is also a lot harder with the lower FPS, at least if you're used to controlling it with 60 plus FPS, you know. Anyway, I think we should try and lower down those textures to low, just to ease that VRAM a little bit. It asks for a restart. I'm just gonna see if it's a little bit more stable here without restarting, and then I will restart. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more stable, but I need to reset the VRAM usages and allocations. What the heck? What was that guy doing there? Yeah, this helps a lot, guys. However, I would still stick to the previous settings. Low settings, actually, not even medium settings. There we go. Oh, hello. Okay, we're killing all of them now. So definitely playable. If you're wondering if it's still enjoyable and playable, yeah, sure it is. Especially without that VRAM capacity being completely maxed out. But yeah, I'm still not getting like the full power utilization of the 1660 Ti. So I'm gonna restart the game, see if it applies properly settings, and yeah, we'll try it out again. Okay, here we go. This match just started, guys. We're getting 60 FPS at the beginning here with high settings and low textures, actually. I think once things start heating up a little bit, it will drop down in performance, of course, but the restart actually worked really well here because our power utilization is up to the maximum again of 130 watts or close to it. Not a problem. 50s, lots of people everywhere, fighting each other, explosions, smoke effects, particle effects everywhere. Not a problem. This is holding up pretty well, actually. Yeah, surprisingly well. Compared to previously. Oh, no. No, no, no. Don't kill me from behind. Come on. Okay, wait a second. Should we do this? No! How did that miss? Seriously, dude. These RPGs are so underwhelming when you're shooting at people. That felt like it was a kill, right? It should have been a kill. There we go. Another one. Take our time a little bit here. I need to regen some healthy. What the hell was that? Some health. Regen some health. Yeah, this is a problem with not using anti-aliasing at the high settings or above low settings. This will happen with some of the shadows in the map, and it looks pretty bad. But if you add anti-aliasing on top of this, it's going to look good, but it's going to perform terribly, of course. You lose a lot of FPS by utilizing anti-aliasing in this game. There we go. Come on. Those guys are dead. Okay. Okay. Come on. No. Oh my god, that was so close. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Remember this area right here? 51, even with smoke effects, not dropping as far as it did previously, so it's all good, guys. It's definitely very playable, this. Come on. Come on. Where's the guy? Oh my gosh, what the hell. I'm gonna push him a little bit here. I think they're right beside this wall. No, not really. Okay. Ah, this is so chaotic. There we go. Come on. Where? There's another one here. Okay. Okay, not too bad. 15 kills. That's the most out of our team and their team. We're doing great. Even on high settings. See, it's still playable. You just gotta not max out that VRAM. What the hell is that? That looked like a laser, dude. It's just some artifacting once again from the anti-aliasing, guys. It's still on experimental. It's still a beta. We gotta remind ourselves that this is still a beta. Even though it performs pretty well. I guess the final game will perform pretty similarly to this. I hope they fix the CPU utilization, the high CPU utilization with some CPUs that we've been seeing, or the CPU bottlenecking. Hopefully they can improve the CPU performance a bit, but in terms of GPU performance, I guess it would help if they had like a very low settings preset for 4GB GPUs, and I would like to see that. I feel like when this game comes out, I will turn into a Battlefield channel, at least for a month or so. But yeah, I think I'll leave it right there. This works pretty well. Ultra settings obviously is going to be a bit much for this GPU, but high settings look very, very good still. And super similar to the ultra settings. If you are targeting a 60 FPS experience here in this title, go ahead. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll catch you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.